Hello everyone, this is Defense Politics Asia, and this is the quick update over at the Battle of Bakhmut. And at Bakhmut, the latest progress of the Wagner push within the city itself, there's new updates, and in fact it's actually quite significant. So this is the overlay of the previous change, and this time around what is changed is that the Wagner forces have managed to push through the Ukrainian last line of defense, so-called last line of defense. That's the nickname. So they managed to push through. There's too much, and basically broken the line. And with this breakthrough, the Wagner forces have basically have fire control over this street move that goes to towards Kromove, and this road leads all the way to Chasivya. And this is a major resupply route for the Ukrainians and reinforcement route that they only just managed to reopen around a week ago or days ago, and due to the Ukrainian Bakhmut offensive, and now that this road is now pretty much going to be unusable very soon, as the Wagner forces is going to be like attacking very closely. And we already have information of fighting at the Bakhmut Children's Hospital over here. So if you zoom in, you can see that the fighting has already reached the Ramyamsetva street, and they are now attacking the Ukrainian forces that is actually holding up in the Bakhmut Children's Hospital. So this hospital have to hold for a bit of time because this is a high building, and this actually is like the castle that is actually protecting the Ukrainian route that they can use to retreat away from the Dominos region, because all this area here is low ground, and so this is rather important for the Ukrainians to actually hold as long as possible so that they can actually do their withdrawal. So far we haven't really seen information saying that the Ukrainians will withdraw from the Dominos region. What we do heard of from pro-Russian sources is that the Ukrainians are withdrawing away from the last line of defense. Where are they going, or will they be staying in any place to defend, is kind of unclear. So that's the main thing about the last line of defense here. There is still some area here. The Rybas mapping drew the Ukrainians actually attacking this area here, but it's unlikely to hold because they can be encircled if they stay there too long. So it's pretty much more or less gone by now, and we still have the Ukrainians holding this position as far as I can tell. So this is part of the castle defense that the Ukrainians need in this area to hold up and allow their withdrawal. Over at the Dominos region, we do not have any updates regarding any new progress from the Russian side. We only have information of fighting in the Dominos region. For those that are not sure, this is the Dominos region, or the Dominos sector of the Citadel area, the Dominos sector. So this is ongoing. We do have some news regarding the southwest part of the city. So we haven't have information from this part for some time, and based on Rybas mapping, and we do see that the Ukrainians managed to have at some time, not sure when, managed to recapture this area here from the Russian forces, and they had to withdraw from this area some time ago. We are not sure exactly when that this happened. However, the latest information is that the Russians are pushing again, and there is also particular mention of the fighting at the Plain Monument region, the MiG-17 monument that is no longer a MiG-17. It's just exploded old plane that is no longer there. Anyway, so the fighting is still ongoing and this looks really precarious because we do have the Russians trying to capture and cancel out the road at Kromove. Suddenly they renewed their offensive over at the southwest to cut off this road. And if this road is cut off, and if the Russians are holding this area here, then this road will also be gone. Then basically there's no more roads going into Bakhmut. And the Ukrainian forces that is actually defending this area here would be entirely operationally encircled, and the only way to get out would have to go through the forest line, go through muds if there is mud. I'm still not sure if there's any more mud. They have to go through the small roads and try to redraw. This will be the only way. And if they're going to attempt to redraw only when there's no more roads, then it's going to be pretty hellish to escape Bakhmut, because these are not very it's going to be like a turkey shoot, put it that way. So on the outside, things looks much better for the Ukrainians. We have information of Ukrainians attacking at Bodanivka. According to the Russian Defense Ministry, they are attacking. Exactly which vector, in which direction that they go is unclear. Is it this area or is it this area? Not so clear. But they say Bodanivka, so I believe it's going to be, you know, maybe this area here that the Ukrainians are pushing through. So far, no changes in the front line over at that sector, but we do have success for the Ukrainian side over at the south of Ivanivske. There's fighting in this area and in this area here. And the Russians actually withdraw from their positions because they are unable to hold the line. Previously, when I overlay, you'll probably see that the lines was very different. So you can see that the Russian forces have withdrawn to this new line of defense, this area here. This information is confirmed by Ryba and other pro-Russian sources that do mapping, which I have seen. So this is the new line of defense that they are trying to hold. Surya maps is a bit more aggressive. They say that the Ukrainians actually also taken this part. So this area here in Surya maps mapping, who is a neutral source, claims that this area is now Ukrainian as well. So the Ukrainian offensive over at in the Bakhmut offensive continues to work very, very well, and the Russian forces is trying to hold their best. And this information is also corroborated by the Russian Defense Ministry, saying that the fighting here is very heavy. They say the most difficult situation is in the area of Krasnoye and Bodanivka, and Krasnoye is actually Ivanivske. So fighting has already arrived in the northwestern part of Klishevka. So Klishevka is here. This is actually high ground. There's entrenchment around this area, the old entrenchment built by the Ukrainians, and they are trying to hold this position. Pro-Ukrainian sources are telling their supporters not to get too excited about this just yet. They are still nowhere close to Klishevka, but the Ukrainian push is indeed very strong. And the latest information coming from pro-Russian sources also estimated the Ukrainian Bakhmut force strength is at 55,000 troops. So and this actually is very interesting because it corroborates, it's actually similar to the estimated number of forces in the Zaporizhia front as well for the Ukrainian side. So it looks like a proper offensive force that was prepared for this front, and the same number of forces is prepared on the Zaporizhia front. So anyway, this is the quick update over for the Bakhmut front. And for those that are new to this channel, please subscribe and press the like button. I'll see you in the next update.